watching AYV Television.
Good morning, Freetown. Good morning, Sierra Leone. Good morning, and welcome to Wake Up Sierra Leone on AYV TV and Radio and FM 101.7. My name is Bokari Matia. Well, of course, whether you're watching us from across the provinces or in the capital, Freetown, on Channel 33 or DSTV Channel 399, you're welcome. You can also watch us from around the world on this day, the 2nd day of June 2026. Please stay with us because in the next 2 hours, we'll bring you news, views, and sports. And we're broadcasting live from the top of Tower Hill in the beautiful heart of Freetown. Send us your comments through our socials, AYV News Facebook page, on the stories that we cover here this morning. I'm talking of the stories we cover here this morning today as Fourah Bay College approaches its 200th year of existence, founded in 1827. It is not merely Sierra Leone's oldest university, it is the oldest Western-style university in West Africa. As we ask the road to their Bicentennial Year, 1827 to 2027, the survival, is it survival or rebirth? And also, we shall be discussing the postponement of the Sierra Leone Bar Association annual general meeting slated for June 5th and 6th due to, according to the press release, logistical and other challenges beyond their control, a statement from that press release stated. And of course, yesterday, Sierra Leone's national team, Leone Stars caretaker coach John Keister announced his 27 players ahead of Sierra Leone's doubleheader friendlies against Liberia, the Lone Star. As sport reporters, will bring you comprehensive report on the squad. But before all of that this morning, as you know, let's take a quick message from our sponsor, Local Commercial Bank, and other advertisers. We shall be right back.
More and more people are using Rocal SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, like Rocal SIM Copper.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Rocal SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Rocal SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe, and reliable.
Sorry, Carl, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me my money, Michael. Can if I kiss I young, you remember this camp people in not to Indy. Michael, today you pay me my money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back my money. Today, give me my money.
You know ever sabi goodness in life. I dey send back your money, but trust me, today na the very last day I dey ever send money for now.
I don't need your help because I don't know so with Afri money. I dey able send money. Now Baku Africa countries them with Afri money. We dey able send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party we know this, we not for the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. Una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael. With Afri money, you dey able send money even if you no use app, even if you no dey online. Directly, all you need for do is just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So no need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri money, quick and easy.
Again, it's been a very crazy day. The joyous feeling in the air when rain falls on a sunny day.
Happy, yeah. Let the stars, let the roll.
Enjoy life's little pleasures with Maltina. Maltina. Share happiness.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes out waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sierra juice because they make come from with local foods them and nutritious and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We lab test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know waiting best for we picking them, now you make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice and nutritious, it healthy and it's sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salome.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, on 8th August 2024, Statutory Instrument Number 8 of 2024 regarding the conduct of nationwide population and housing census was successfully laid in Parliament. On 29th August 2024, this statutory instrument became effective following 21 days from its laying. Therefore, in line with the decennial census calendar, I am pleased to announce that my government will conduct a nationwide population and housing census.
It's 2026, we dey get with census. Make all my telling fambulem. Responsibility for bring development. Make all my telling fambulem. From the east to the west, blah blah blah. From the north to the south, no matter how you dare or you try, blah blah blah. You want to come, mama or papa, blah blah blah. One picking on grandpa, blah blah blah. Auntie or uncle, blah 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 blah. What's it bill? May they call you, yeah. One people, one nation. May they call you, yeah. Now we know back up bills alone. May they call you, yeah. No person say you not care. They don't count you. They don't count you.
I'm a papa. Make we come together now. Brother, sister. Nothing say you no matter, no. No left behind, no. This night you 10 for. Can join the census. Salon now we on.
Okay, well, show me your name. Show me your address. For make you go join the plan. The census go make you get the access. For make you go vote now this land. Let the all you. If you don't want make them country again, make them creep you. Cause this time you're salon for right.
See what you been a second cabo aduo. We bring good news, salon people every year. Census don't come again. We ready for control. Sky from the young to the old. Say the census go help make development day. Allow me then continue till you no go pay. It go help plan more schools, hospital and lights, even water for you community. Who say you there?
They count you. Yeah, one people, one nation. They count you. Yeah. Now we number go build salon. They count you. Yeah. No person say you not here. They count you. Yeah. They don't count you.
Census they come, the other we cooperate. Tell mama and papa, then get for country we all, yeah, make we all ready. Census go help for make we know we serve, and who's how we stand. If you claim say you love salon, who's a development day, na day you for day.
Yambo tegina, mimbo tegina, mingo teteke biambe, ka 2026. Census na me right, census na you right. Family. Imagine if they count everybody that left you out.
Amulemba kotumobawa, uboka kufuni ngesa gbele tuwa. Tonya, ye amubuji hule banda. Wabulo le tabo bawa baya ganga. Ye tumubawa mudagbe behave. Comment ya go salon bate mukeleva. Ngabi yina na metabo bawana. Do mama kome kolabo gonya delega. Ina
Kakontone dim ding dang, dim ding dang, dim ding dang. Katap kata ting angabe kata konkel, angabe kata panganda yer. Abagato bagat, aindo kor. Agalene, samo jamu, agatamu, tarentamu. Donye, mama marita kagontu.
Amiya timi wandi, timi wandi. Amiya timi wandi, timi wandi. Mwa kongo tami wandi, ungewa menda milwena wo. Ya kongo tabi wandi, ungeba handa bebe holo.
From the east to the west, blama blama. From the north to the south, blama. No matter how you dare or you try, blama blama. You want to go, mama or papa, blama blama. Mo pikin or grandpa, blama blama. Auntie or uncle, blama blama. Mo chibe oh, may they call you, yeah. One people, one nation, may they call you, yeah. Now we number go build salon, may they call you, yeah. No person say you not here, may they call you, yeah. They don't call you, yeah.
Welcome back, and a quick reminder, this is Wake Up Sierra Leone on AYV TV and radio. For many women, accessing sexual and reproductive health services is a basic right. But for women living with disabilities, that right often comes with obstacles, from physical barriers at health facilities to communication challenges and stigma. These women are frequently left out of essential care and information. In this report, our health reporter, Edima Conte, examines the realities faced by women with disabilities as they seek sexual and reproductive health services and the urgent need for a more inclusive health system that leaves no one behind.
For many women in Sierra Leone, walking into a health facility to seek family planning or maternal care is routine. But for women with disabilities, the journey is often filled with obstacles, from inaccessible buildings to stigma to the simple fear of not being believed. According to a 2020 research study conducted by Leonard Keister in partnership with Maristop Sierra Leone and SLBA, access to sexual and reproductive health services remains sharply unequal.
I read about family planning. Anyway, now one mommy be the cara mommy I didn't see but I don't forget it.
I first learned about family planning from a woman who used to visit Sierra Leone once a year and took us to U building for services. And since then, no one has guided us or given us access to family planning. Many persons with disabilities complain that hospitals ignore them when they seek family planning or medical treatment, especially when they have no money. When they return with these complaints, there is nothing I can do to help.
So they tell them, if you not get money, we go to the hospital and they watch we. So you go there, say, we can't for join family plan and they watch there. Then you go tell me, I say, well, I sit down.
When they give disabled women, they deny. So man, they go to disabled woman. And now I say at that time.
There are some able-bodied men that find us attractive, but once you get pregnant for them, they will leave. That's one of the main reasons why most of us want to join family planning.
PPS. Something like that. For go AYV, they can teach we how for family planning. If you want born, or if you don't want born, you want for stop for born, or if you want prevent. They educate me. So they be like, but you don't say now when they left for Kaya.
Chairman for the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities says the concern raised by these women and others are not new and highlights the urgent need for disability-inclusive health policies.
Some of the major challenges that women face around SRH is lack of information, which is very key. Most of our women are not well educated and the information is not out. Some of them are visually impaired, they don't have braille to be able to understand that. Others who are hearing impaired don't have people to be able to help them with sign language to be able to understand the information. So access to information is one major challenge that women with disability face in accessing sexual and reproductive health. At the Commission, one of the things we have identified is that I think we need to do more around advocacy and awareness raising on what the laws say, but also looking at the possibility of enforcing the laws and testing the courts sometimes if we find out that people are discriminated against, especially women with disability. Even contraceptives, becomes a major issue because people ask them, why do you want a condom? Or why do you want a captive ban? You should not be involved in sexual issues, but these are human beings, and they are human beings first before their disability, and that's what we always push. So,
at the Ministry of Health, officials acknowledge the data and the experiences shared by these women.
It is very disconcerting to hear that sometimes people with disability are not treated well. So one of the areas we've worked on is ensuring that there are IEC materials, so information, education and communication materials designed for people with disability, particularly people who have visual impairment or hearing impairment, and they require additional resources to be able to understand what services are available to them. People living with disability are a very important part of our society, and the Ministry of Health considers them key members of society who we need to ensure have access to services. So in fact, people living with disability have been included in the free healthcare package for quite some time. And so they are able to access services in many of our health facilities across the country free of charge. For sexual and reproductive health services, for example, we've ensured that people with disability have access to free services. But in addition to that, we've also been working on policies within the ministry to ensure that we provide special care to them.
For many women with disabilities, these hurdles mean missed appointments, risky pregnancies, and a lifelong cycle of limited options.
It's really not easy for us. We are pleading with the government, NGOs to look into our concerns. We do hear about free medical services, but we do not benefit from them.
Free medical only for persons with disability.
Disabled, they want to join family plan. I get them. They all born as streets and they sleep there in picking there. We're afraid for give us picking there. Because you don't have
many persons with disabilities want to join family planning. Some already have many children and end up sleeping on the streets with them because they cannot provide care. Some give their children away and some children even go missing. We are pleading with the government to support us with accessible family planning and proper medical facilities for persons with disabilities.
So they beg people not for family plan no more. Let them help with for medication.
So when you see a person with disability, especially women with disability, a woman with disability who wants services for sexual and reproductive health, it is not about sympathizing with them. It's about understanding that it is their right, it's not charity. So the key things that we need to understand. The other thing is that if you see a woman with disability wanting to access sexual and reproductive health services, see their humanity first before their disability.
For these women, access to sexual and reproductive health care is not a privilege, it's a right. Until every person, regardless of ability, can make empowered and informed choices, the promise of no one left behind remains unfulfilled. I am Edima Conte, reporting for AYV Television.
More and more people are using Rokel SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, like Rokel SIM Copper.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Rokel SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Rokel SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe and reliable.
Sorry, Carl, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me memory, Michael. Can if I can say you give me this people in not to Indy. Today you pay me money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back me money. Today, give me money.
You know ever sabi goodness in life. I send back money, but trust me, today na the very last day I ever send money for now.
I don't need your help because I don't know so with Afri money. I able send money. Now Baku Africa countries them with Afri money. We able send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party we know this, we not follow the body grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. Una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael. With Afri money, you dey able send money even if you no use app, even if you know the online directly. All you need for do is just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri money. Quick and easy.
Good to see your face again. It's been a very crazy day. The joyous feeling in the air when rain falls on a sunny day.
Happy, yeah. Let the stars, let the roll.
Enjoy life's little pleasures with Maltina. Maltina, share happiness.
This was many thanks to Edima Conte for that report. A thoughtful insight there on persons with disability. But of course, I would like us to go over to Makeni, where of course heavy winds caused widespread destruction to homes, businesses and schools, disrupting education for most students. And also, EDSA has pledged to restore normal electricity supply within the Makeni municipality following the maintenance at the Bumbuna Hydro Dam, but several communities in Makeni still remain without power and electricity. Aman Abbas joins us from Makeni. Good morning, Abbas. Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up Sierra Leone.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning, Bokari.
Good morning, Abbas.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, Abbas, what's the updates about the weather so far? I made to understand that, heavy winds caused, several destruction of property in and around Makeni municipality.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, due to heavy wind and torrential rain, several buildings, including residents, learning institutions, and businesses, were destroyed. But the one that is most affected is that of the learning institution. Like one of them is the Al-Ahsan Islamic Secondary School, wherein the part of the building was on roof, and this has affected normal schooling. And as you know, this is the third time wherein pupils are preparing to take the final exam for them to be promoted to other classes. This has disrupted normal learning, thereby making most students, instead of going the normal schooling, which is like the one shift, they have now resorted to do it to two shifts so that they can able to cater for those whose classes have been affected. So this is what happened, over the weekend, and it really affects not only this school, but even businesses. Hello? Hello?
Abbas, you're live.
Okay. As I said, this did not only affect learning institutions, as I've mentioned, the Al-Ahsan Islamic Secondary School, but certain businesses within the central business district, wherein stores were damaged, and most of them got spoiled as a result of the heavy rain. This affects a whole lot of people here in Makeni. And this is just the beginning of the rainy season, and they have started experiencing such an ugly experience as a result of heavy wind and torrential rain in this part of the country.
My concern is how is balance restored? Now you're talking about heavy winds and the destruction of roofs, but also during the day, the people of Makeni are complaining about the heat. Coming from the hills around Makeni. How do people balance the heat during the day and also keep up with the heavy rains and wind during the night?
Yeah, well, like during this is the rainy season, wherein the heat is it has reduced because, when it is raining, that can able to cushion the level of heat that the people normally experience at night during night hours. But now we are talking of May or June. We are now in June, which are months of the raining season. So in terms of the heat, it has drastically reduced compared to when we are in January, February, on to March and April. But this, we are talking of the rainy season, wherein most times it comes with heavy wind. And mind you, before this time, Makeni was largely covered with a large forest. But due to urbanization and other factors, most of these trees have been cut off. So exposing the municipality into harsh environmental destructions like the one happened a few days ago.
The Mena Hills and the Usum Hills, once upon a time were hills covered with, beautiful green lushes and forests. But if you go there now, it's all stony and stuff. What's the council doing in terms of ensuring that, the environs around Makeni, are reforested again when it comes to tree planting and ensuring that, the environment is kept green?
Well, the council was rolling out a project to ensure that the plant trees in certain areas in Makeni. But the hills, I'm not sure if the project really covers those hills. Mind you, most of those hills are rocks. So it's a bit difficult for you to plant trees there entirely. But the project really covers certain areas like within the municipality and other areas around Makeni. But the project did not really cover the two hills. But before this time, some NGOs that are working on the environment planted a lot of trees in one of the hills, Mena, which is a bit not rocky compared to Usum Hill, which is largely rocky. And they planted a whole lot of trees, and those trees are doing well. But the area they planted those trees is not too many. So I don't know whether these NGOs that are working on environment still have plans to reforestate that area entirely. But as it is now, if I can put into percentage, out of 100%, maybe where they have planted those trees is not even up to 30%.
Before we go over to electricity, Abbas, let's talk a bit about, the municipality itself when it comes to health and sanitation and, of course, garbage control. Throughout the years, we've had reports from you and other reporters in Makeni, of flash floods, especially across and around swampy areas. Is the council ensuring that those areas are not, high-risk areas when we go into the rainy season proper?
Well, before this time, when we're about to approach the rainy season, council will embark on certain projects like cleaning up the canals, because Makeni has around 7 to 10 major canals, which are waterways that used to control flowing or whatsoever. When it's heavily raining, those canals will help for the smooth flow of water. But this year, we are now in June. Those canals, up to now, they have not yet been cleaned up. And solid waste, most times, being littered, even at the central business district. And mind you, most of these solid waste, when it rains heavily, they are being, they go to those canals, and at the end of the day, they block the waterways. So when you block the waterways, most times it leads to flash flooding because when you block water, water don't have access to go through those canals. It finds ways, to go through, and most times it causes flash flooding, affecting homes, affecting other places like businesses. You see? So as I speak, up till now we are in June because we normally do the cleanup around May to June, and this is June now, and up to now we haven't seen any sign of clean up these canals, which help greatly to control the water when it rains heavily.
Speaking on the destruction that happened, as a result of the heavy wind and torrential rain, has council or any institution done any assessment as to the damage or the destruction caused and what it's worth in terms of money?
Can you comment in, please?
When we talk of the heavy torrential rain and wind that blew and had property destroyed, has there been an assessment of the property destroyed, to know, the cost of the destruction so far? What I think we currently have a technical issue with the call, to Abbas, but some of the things we were discussing, and Abbas, of course, giving report on, had to do with the heavy torrential properties across, the municipality of Makeni, and we're trying to get, a monetary value on the destruction caused so far. But of course, he was also talking about, the weather condition, how hot Makeni can be, during the dry season, but then also the risk of flash floods, in and around the swampy areas across the city, and also, the issue of garbage control and sanitation, and how when the rains are around, how this affects the city of Makeni, especially the central business district of Makeni. How council should ensure that, care is taken so as, will not have a recurrence of what happened, years back within Makeni, and of course within cities across Freetown, like in Bow, in Freetown, in Sierra Leone, in Bow, Freetown, and Kenema, of course. But of course, continue to watch the Africa Young Voices Media Empire. When the show, we'll try to get Abbas back again on the line, but let's take a quick commercial break.
More and more people are using Rokel SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, Rokel SIM Copper.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Rokel SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Rokel SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe, and reliable.
Sorry, car, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me my money, Michael. Can if I kiss a young, give me this car, people in, not to in that day. Today you pay me my money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back my money. Today, give me my money.
You know ever sabi goodness in life. I send back your money, but trust me, today na the very last day I ever send money for now.
I don't need your help because I don't know so with Afri money. I able send money. Now Baku Africa countries them with Afri money. we'll be able to send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party be know this, we not follow the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. Una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able to send money, even if you not use app, even if you know the online, directly. All you need for do, you just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with AfriMoney. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. AfriMoney, quick and easy.
Welcome back. We still have Abbas on the line from McKinney. Abbas, welcome back again. I was trying to ask and understand, when we talk of the destruction that has happened as a result of this heavy wind and torrential rain, have there been an assessment of what it costs in terms of monetary value, the destruction so far?
Well, I contacted the regional coordinator of the National Disaster Management Agency, Kamanda, and according to him is that they have conducted some assessments and they are trying to evaluate to know exactly the damage being caused, for them to put into perspective so that they can have it, how it has destroyed this property, and so that you can be able to put it into economic terms. But as it is now, he said the destruction is really adverse because over 10, 15 different places we are being destroyed, including this school and the businesses that have been destroyed. You see, but the concern is more on the public properties, especially the schools that were destroyed, like the Alakan and other primary schools around the district. But they have not yet put it into monetary terms as to how this damage has affected this building.
Has the institution provided relief for these pupils who are affected? Talking about the school.
Not yet. Because according to him, after they have done the assessment and see the impact it has created, that's the time the agency will come to release either to refurbish the school or supply food or whatever to affected people. But at this now, nothing of such has happened to these affected communities or people.
Let's now go over to electricity. I mean, even before the notice from EDSA, with regards to the 12-day technical cleaning of Bumbuna Hydro Dam, there were issues of power shortage across McKinney. After the cleaning, of Bumbuna, has it improved electricity?
Well, gradually it has improved, but it is not entirely as it used to be. Because McKinney is known to be one of the cities that used to enjoy 24-hour electricity supply. Almost every, area, including even the periphery of McKinney, which are of over 7 kilometers off McKinney, they used to enjoy electricity supply. But since the beginning of this year, the city started experiencing power outage. In fact, some areas will go over 4 or 5 days as the case may be without electricity supply. But before the shutdown for the maintenance period, EDSA management assured the people of McKinney that after that period, after the maintenance period, the entire normalcy in electricity supply will be restored. But it has been restored almost a week ago, last Wednesday. Since when the city started having electricity supply, some areas can go without electricity for 2 days, 3 days, and even some areas rationing is taking place there. So it's like what they have promised the people of McKinney for them to start enjoying 24-hour electricity supply after the maintenance period. That has not happened. I tried to get onto EDSA, was it yesterday or so, but they said, let us give them time as the water level is still not in a way which can be able to supply full electricity supply. So in the next couple of weeks or so, when the water level would have come up, they will be able to supply full electricity supply to Makeni, Maguka, and Bumuna. As it is now, some areas are still struggling to have normal electricity supply, especially those in the periphery of Makeni.
Abbas, the issue of electricity and weather, can be intertwined. There's not enough electricity during the dries, and during the rainy season as well. There are concerns of the heavy rain and wind we're talking about, that will damage EDSA property, poles, destroy cables. And as we speak now, electricity is a problem. But then we started having rains and heavy winds in Makeni. Wouldn't that dampen down again, the hopes of people having light?
Yeah, sure. Because that's the areas we are affected due to that heavy wind. Some areas we are disconnected entirely. But almost all those places are fixed up. These are talking of areas which are, not having, these are areas that we are in extra electricity supply is being rationed to them. Because we are in the rains. Because the promise, the pledge of extra is that once the maintenance period is over and we're in the rains, the entire Makeni will start to enjoy 24 hours electricity as it used to be. But some areas, they are still rationing electricity for them. Some can even go a day or two without having electricity. I'm pretty sure most of these areas where the wind destroyed their connection, they have been fixed. Even like where the office is located in Makeni, it was affected. But that has been fixed few days ago. So that area is not having electricity supply. These are talking of areas which used to have 24 electricity supply, but up to now, those areas are being rationed in terms of power supply. So it's like a promise for Makeni to have electricity supply 24/7 after the maintenance period. That has not yet been realized by most communities.
Abbas, finally, before we leave you, let's talk a bit on the issue of the road, within Makeni and also the highway. As we know, whenever we have rains, there are concerns with regards, road safety issues. Has there been any effort to, bring more awareness and sensitization to drivers, plying the Makeni Freetown route or even within Makeni municipality?
Because Makeni highway, especially coming from Great Junction to Makeni, it's a highway that is somehow serious in terms of road accidents, killing the lives of people, destroying vehicles and all that. But the Sierra Leone Safety Authority, the drivers here in Kamanda district, the last time they had an engagement where all motor drivers playing this youth, they were called on a sensitization tour for them to be sensitized on use of road and observing, road traffic and all that.
Apologies, Abbas. We're having a problem with the connection and the line. We'll get it sorted out quickly and call you back. But that was Abbas talking about the road and issues affecting the city of Makeni right now. But whilst we try to get the connection ongoing again, let's now turn over to Fourah Bay College. The college is approaching its 200th year of existence, founded in 1827. It is not merely Sierra Leone's oldest university. It is, in fact, the oldest Western-style university in West Africa. For generations, it stood as the intellectual lighthouse of the region, earning the proud title, the Athens of West Africa. But anniversaries are not only moments for celebrations. They are moments for reckoning. This morning, we'll ask, where is Fourah Bay College or the University of Sierra Leone today as a university? How does the university stand in the region? What has happened over these years, especially from 1961 to date, under an independent Sierra Leone? Across nearly all contemporary indicators of high education competitiveness, FBC now trails both in historic pairs and several powers or reform-oriented institutions. While universities in Ghana, Nigeria, and Senegal have consolidated their reputations through research, expansion, and international partnerships, and emerging university systems, such as Rwanda having leveraged reform to accelerate growth, Fourah Bay College has struggled to reposition itself. Today, FBC remains symbolically powerful. Its name, commands respect in Sierra Leone, in the Sierra Leonean society. The prestige of being, an FBC graduate still resonates in politics and in social circles. But institutions cannot live on symbolism alone. Institutionally, the college is widely perceived as struggling under the weight of multiple structural challenges: chronic underfunding, public universities depending heavily on state subsidies, as FBC funding has often been inconsistent and inadequate. Laboratories lack modern equipment. Libraries struggled with outdated materials. Research grants are scarce, and lack of power, sanitation, among so many other things. Without sustained financial commitment, excellence remains aspirational. So this morning, as we discuss Fourah Bay College Bicentennial celebration, as we finally ask, what do they have to show in almost 200 years of existence? In the studios, we've been joined by Dr. Tonya Musa, Director of Communications, University of Sierra Leone. Good morning, Doctor. Welcome to AYV.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Doc, 200 years is no mean feat. What has Fourah Bay College, as an educational institution, achieved over these 200 years?
Including Bokari Matia talking to me. As a proud product of Fourah Bay College, the University of Sierra Leone, we have multiple of that. And you talked today about the development agenda of the President, His Excellency, which is human capital development. And if you look at the human capital development, significantly, Fourah Bay College is contributing. And apart from that also, you were talking about global visibility and regional visibility. We are still trying, irrespective of the challenges you mentioned, for us to be visible as an institution. That notwithstanding, we are trying to reposition ourselves. Meaning, you mentioned that we were once known as the Athens of West Africa. To gain that past glory, we have to reposition ourselves. Meaning, coming to the celebration of 200 years, we are aware of our challenges. We are also thinking about our aspirations. And then again, we also talk about the legacy of the 200 years. Meaning, we have contributed to the development of public service, civil servants, in Sierra Leone, Nigeria, some Ghana, and as well as the Gambia. And then most of those people I've mentioned had their university education in Sierra Leone, specifically Fourah Bay College, the University of Sierra Leone. Fourah Bay College being at one time an affiliate of Durham University, and then later on University of Sierra Leone, where we had Jala University College and Fourah Bay College, and now today we have Fourah Bay College, and then College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, Institute of Public Administration and Management, IPAM, as constituent campuses of the University of Sierra Leone. Fourah Bay College is a premier campus of the University of Sierra Leone. And when you look at, education generally in Sierra Leone, we may say Fourah Bay College is the hub for the human resource for the other universities, because we still have Fourah Bay College providing a good number of terminal degrees that may also strengthen the human resource of the other universities that we have just, had, in addition to the University of Sierra Leone. So moving forward, like I said, you talked about infrastructure. Yes, we are aware of it. This is why we are now using the opportunity for the bicentenary celebration to do resource mobilization to address some of the problems you mentioned, and then that will prepare us for the 300-year celebration, which of course I don't know whether Bokari and myself will be part of it. But for the 200 years, we are waiting to be part of it. So now, for example, we are talking about development pillars. One is to fence our campus, and that will protect the land we have for even botanical you know, and other forms of scientific studies. As we have it now, people are encroaching. Land grabbers are everywhere. And if we fail to fence the campus, then it will become detrimental in future. So this is why we are appealing to ensure that we maintain our road, we fence our campus, we ensure that we have effective water supply, electricity, and then we also have monuments, you know, that we actually ring the bell for everybody to know that Fourah Bay College is now or will be 200 years. And then we are also thinking about the road network to Fourah Bay College. And then we want to beautify Fourah Bay College campus and have additional buildings, you know, as we speak now. We are aware of those challenges. And then in terms of content methods, we have developed policies, and then we are also going to ensure that we implement those policies to ensure that we improve on our contents, our curricula as we move on, and then also lab facilities and teaching methods. For example, we may not keep you in the classroom throughout your studies for law, for example. There must be a time that you have to, you know, interface with the court of law and see proceedings, and then that will be part of your training before ever even graduating and thinking about going to law school. So we have what we call mentorship, internship for all programs in our new curricular policy. And then we are also trying to see how we get stakeholders involved in designing our curricula, because at the end of the day, they are going to employ our products. You know, and then you mentioned research grants, you know, and then again, research is the bedrock of university. That makes the difference with other institutions, polytechnic and the like. But then we need resources to enhance research, because promotion condition for university staff, especially academic staff, the bigger picture is on research and publication. So the University of Sierra Leone cannot be visible without contributing to knowledge. And we believe that contributing to knowledge means we are going to undertake several research activities or initiatives that will not be just being there to show that there is publication, but to address national issues.
Doc, critics have argued that there's nothing really to celebrate about Fourah Bay College when you look at its history. I mean, for the first 100 years of Fourah Bay College, you know, an institution that was founded was teaching only, you know, curriculum on clergy, for instance. Liberal arts and sciences, you know, after its affiliation with Durham University in England in 1876, the college began offering degree programs and curriculum on programs like Greek, Latin, Hebrew, Arabic, history, natural sciences, French, and German. Whilst other universities that were founded the same time as Fourah Bay College were offering programs like medicine, law. It took us more than 100 years, you know, for us to have a faculty of law at Fourah Bay College. And you're celebrating 200 years. Isn't that a mismatch? Critics would argue that Fourah Bay College has existed, in fact, for over 150 years before modernization. Why is it that we're only having programs like law or medicine or even the sciences introduced in the last 50 or 60 years of the college's existence?
So if I can respond, let's take the analogy that says better be late than never. If you say we have introduced certain courses, you know, 50 years ago or less than 50 years ago, and we are celebrating 200 years, it's about, you know, evolution. In evolution, you have to look at the pace of change. So here, granted that we now have engineering, which we hadn't at the time you were mentioning or referring to, but today we are now offering engineering. And engineering, in fact, with architecture, meaning we now have several components of engineering programs at Fourah Bay College. The law you mentioned, yes, today we are now offering legal studies for even diploma, and then we have the bachelor for first degree, and then we have LLM as postgraduate course, meaning moving forward, there is opportunity for us to have specialized law programs, even at the level of first degree. So we believe that we might have become a bit late in terms of having those initiatives or programs as part of our package. But then you look at the current trend of Fourah Bay College, we have diversified programs. Now, if you go to social sciences, for example, those who might have attended FBC some 10, 20 years back, they will tell you that what we are offering now, we now have FETS, Faculty of Economic and Development Studies, which was all part of social sciences. And then you now have programs like International Relations, which was originally part of political science, a standalone degree now, So there are new programs coming, both in humanities as well as applied sciences, including engineering. Going to communication, for example, the time I studied, it was mass communication. There is nothing like mass communication now at degree level as we speak. You now have programs specialized either in print journalism, broadcast journalism, development communications, or public relations and marketing or advertising, as the case may be. So we are still trying to reach out and ensure that our graduates are employable as best as possible in the competitive job markets. We are aware of that. But then again, like you said, we need infrastructure to diversify and expand in terms of our programs and curricula. So this is why celebrating the 200 years is very important. We are reaching out to well-wishers, and including you, thinking that this is how Fourah Bay College should be. Our match should be Legon, our match should be University of Lagos, Makerere University, and the like in the Sub-Sahara, or even in Africa. So mentioning that, those universities are ahead of us, yes, we accept the fact that they are ahead of us. That doesn't mean that we cannot leapfrog to even match with them, and if possible, to be ahead of them. And then again, come home. What are we celebrating? We are celebrating our products, our achievements. You cannot deny the fact that irrespective of our challenges, we still have homegrown professors from Fourah Bay College, the University of Sierra Leone. We have homegrown PhDs, terminal degrees from the University of Sierra Leone, specifically Fourah Bay College. And then we have lawyers that are making, global impacts, local impacts that are graduates or products of Fourah Bay College. If you go to the ACC, for example, the People's Commissioner, Francis Benkaifala, is from Fourah Bay College. The Chief Justice is from Fourah Bay College. The Speaker of Parliament is from Fourah Bay College. The Deputy Speaker is from Fourah Bay College. So you count them now. And then the Vice President is from Fourah Bay College. So in as much as there are questions about what we have done, or what we are celebrating, we are equally proud that there are landmarks to point at as accomplishments, achievement that worth celebration. And with that, Fourah Bay College is proudly celebrating 200 years with the notion that our 300 years will make significant difference, provided we, myself and Bokari and others, come together to see that our legacy, our past, our everything, is Fourah Bay College. And those of us who believe that our umbilical cords, as normally says by the Vice Chancellor, to Fourah Bay College, we must ensure that this celebration becomes our business, and we must give it the attention and support it requires, because I'm saying it might be difficult for you and I to celebrate 300 years, but it is possible now for us to celebrate the 200 years.
Doc, many students complain about overcrowded classrooms, inadequate sanitation, poor internet connectivity, and aging infrastructure. How do you convince the public, now watching you, Doc, that Fourah Bay College is preparing students for a competitive global economy under such conditions?
Well, let's take the internet situation. Efforts are being made, to improve internet access. But the bandwidth situation within the country generally is what you have to look at in terms of data communication. All right, that is not as effective as you might compare us to Ghana and other locations. But then we have spots at Fourah Bay College where students can access internet. Moving towards the bicentenary celebration, one of the development pillars is digitization of Fourah Bay College and ensuring effective networking. We are hearing about Ebola, for example. If we have to actually prepare, is to ensure that we have virtual learning. And if that is the case, we need effective internet access. So we are mindful of that. So this is why that has been made part of the development pillars in celebrating the bicentenary. Now you mentioned infrastructure, classroom facilities. You know, Bokari is good for you to note again, you were at Fourah Bay College, you know that we have learning facilities even extending to tree planting. And then there are lectures that are supposed to be conducted or be taught at tree planting. Deliberately, lecturers refuse to go there. And then they come to the main campus and then we get ourselves congested. That is the problem. But then if we adhere to the timetable, the facilities provided, Fourah Bay College may be more conducive than IPAM. As we speak now, the population at Fourah Bay College is around 14,000. The population at IPAM is 22,000. IPAM is running 3 shifts.
We were at 7,000 when I did my first degree.
There you are.
So that has doubled in 10 years.
Exactly, because the demand is increasing and also the requirement is becoming affordable. What I mean, the requirement to enroll to Fourah Bay College. And when people come for interview, normally this is their response to our question. Why Fourah Bay College? It has been my college, it has been my dream college since I was a boy or I was a girl. So meaning people want to be there. But then again, the situation about congested classroom is something that the administration is addressing. We always provide available locations for students to have, you know, conducive learning atmosphere. But again, we have lecturers who might change the time and then also the venue and the location, which we are going to address because we are urging them to adhere to the timetable, the facilities provided to be utilized within the time located. So that at the end of the day, you may not be asking me such questions that the places, you know, students are scrambling for EJ hall, some are scrambling for chemistry building, you know, so, and then we think that if you are supposed to go to tree planting, where you have additional facilities, you should go there and then you lecture. And if you are supposed to lecture 9 to 11, we expect you to be there. And if you are supposed to lecture 3 to 5, we expect you to come for your lectures 3 to 5. But if somebody is supposed to teach from 3 to 5, he or she decides to teach 9 to 11 in the morning, the rooms you are coming for, they have been allocated, you know, or assigned to other people. So this is where you get people scrambling or students moving from one point to another.
Let's look at the funding constraints, you know, often cited. Universities across Africa attract private partnership, you know, also alumni investment and international grant. Why has FBC struggled to do the same? You know, if we look at the alumni involvement, you were here the last time calling on the support of everyone. And, you know, international grants, writing projects to ensure that Fourah Bay College is at par with other universities. Why are we still struggling on that vein? How much responsibility lies with the university leadership rather than just government funding? I know that we've also had, you know, discussions around, for example, when we had granting aid. You know, government will say we'll pay for so amounts of students and they won't pay or money won't come on time. But now we don't have the granting aid. You know, now we expect students to pay themselves. At the end of the day, this Boku money for Fourah Bay College, they collect. Where does it go?
So with the word, this Boku money, at which time then they collect them? At which time then they collect them? Students come, they don't pay. They keep on moving, and at the point of final year, when they say you are not going to graduate, that will be the time some of them will pay the accumulated fees over the years. You've mentioned the challenge regarding the granting aid, that names will come for granting aid and the money will not come. And then you talk about this Boku money, that's the question. So even the fees we charge, you and I, we agree with the fact that when you go to private schools before going to Fourah Bay College, you know, what we ask for humanity, for example, is the fees paid for term or for a term in some private schools in free term. All right, but when they get to the university now, they think that they should not pay fees. And even where the fees are made available to the students, some will deliberately, you know, use the fees for other purposes without paying their fees. Now we are talking about grants, research, and the like. Yes, you know, we have to ensure that it becomes part of the state policy to direct certain consultancies or studies to the university instead of giving them to private people whose studies or activities will be just on the shelves. We think that taking it to the university, it will not only attract competence, but then again, utilization will become compelling. This is something that we are actually faced with. Kudos to the Minister of Technical and Higher Education, who is actually appealing that even those who are doing dissertations now, they should be treating or dealing with topics that are relating to national, reform programs, so that at the end of the day, whatever they are putting together as knowledge can serve our development purposes in Sierra Leone. Equally for those who are doing postgraduate research and the like. And then we increase on reading and research culture beyond the university. For the fact that the reading culture is dying gradually is also affecting the research culture. And then, meaning we have to actually, we have to come together as a sector to see that we improve on research. And then also, we attract research grants as best as possible as a way of encouraging young researchers to be, engaged in research activities, and also to see how research output can increase the profile of the university. Remember, we are talking about global ranking, visibility, and the like. One key indicator is research. And then we are seeing what NGOs are doing, civil society organizations are doing in terms of, their own periodic studies about development, trend, or activities in Sierra Leone. I think IGR, they have just published something about Sierra Leone development trajectory, looking at whatever, policies and programs have been aspiring to. So now, is our business also as university to do something perhaps beyond that, and then also to work towards ensuring that we have academic think tanks who can provide policy papers, who can provide development documents that can inform national development trajectory. We are mindful of that. So moving towards the 200 bicentenary celebration, even appealing to alumni, we want to have an endowment fund. That endowment fund can also contribute to scholarship, and at the same time, it can promote intellectual development for students who may need scholarship, for also academics that may need sponsorship, for further studies. And then you can use that endowment fund for infrastructural development. This is a practice common to other universities that you compared them to us, but we don't have that here. So I think coming for the bicentenary celebration, we are thinking about a special convocation. Convocation is a movement that we bring together university and its stakeholders to discuss, the sustainability development of the university. But normally people, interchange or confuse convocation and congregation. So part of our bicentenary activity, one is convocation that we will use to discuss the burning issues relating to the development and sustainability of the university.
Doc, where do you see Fourah Bay College in the next 5 years, and what will be the basis for your optimism?
Well, alumni commitment and then also political will. Those are two strong factors for my prediction. The Fourah Bay College will be working in line with the university mission and based on the philosophy of Fourah Bay College. We will be on top, and we will be seen delivering, and then our products will match in the competitive job market, local as well as global, and then we will have specialized programs that will be tailored to national needs. And then our research output will increase, that we will attract global surely we will attract global ranking at the end of the day. I'm mindful of the fact that the efforts put together now could be stepping stone for the aspirations that I've just listed out.
Continue to stay with us, Doc. Now let's go over to law. In the studios, we've been joined by Alfred Kamanda Esquire, Public Relations Officer, Sierra Leone Bar Association. Kamanda will be speaking on his call for re-election as the Public Relations Officer, and also speaking on the postponement of the association annual general meeting slated for June 5th and 6th. And the reason was due to logistical and challenges beyond the control of the Bar Association, according to a press release. The press also noted that the new date will be communicated in due course. Sierra Leone Bar Association added that this period, its treasurer will verify payment and reconcile with the bank for final determination of the eligibility of paid-up members to vote in the election. Good morning, Alfred Kamanda. Good morning. Welcome to AYV.
Good morning, AYV. Good morning, Sierra Leone.
Mr. Kamanda, let's start off. The Bar Association says the AGM, was postponed due to logistical and other challenges beyond its control. What exactly are those challenges, and why were members not informed earlier of those challenges?
I think this is the earliest moments we have to actually inform members of the postponement of the said AGM. We actually had challenges, in fact, with the payments of subscriptions. That was a huge challenge, and as we all know, our primary source of income as an association is subscriptions we get from members, the dues we pay. So it is the normal in the Sierra Leone Bar Association that people wait until when elections are here before they pay their dues, which is actually not good, because we need these monies to actually run the affairs of the association. And if you wait till then, like the nick of time to pay your dues, it becomes difficult to even compile the list of voters. So now this is one challenge that we are facing, that you've paid close to the election, close to the days we've set aside for the AGM. Now, the treasurer herself has to actually collate the list, go through it, then confirm with the banks. Because we had situations, for example, we are in people who actually come with slips. I think those were days in university, people who come with slips, and then you check with the bank, they actually did not pay. So these are all things you need to do to verify. And I've always pushed for the idea that elections should be transparent. Now, one way to get it very transparent is to have the list of qualified voters, the list of persons who are qualified to vote and be voted for in that election. Now, you cannot do that if we have decided to go to Lunge on the 5th and 6th, because people paid close to the 5th and 6th of June that we've set aside for the AGM. Mm-hmm. So I was so fired up. I knew I was going to win the elections. But just after my radio interview at AYV, wherein I promised the people that we are all set and prepared to conduct our AGM, which I actually had to receive a group call from directors, that we had challenges, financial challenges, logistical challenges in terms of compiling the list, and all of those things. So because of that, we cannot proceed.
Mr. Kamanda, many members have already traveled or made arrangements, traveling arrangements and accommodation arrangements. Does the association accept responsibility for the inconvenience and cost incurred?
So firstly, we've made it clear that we are very sorry for any inconvenience this may cause, especially to our members and even members of the public, because when the Bar Association holds a meeting of this nature, this was actually going to boost the local economy in that part of the country, because people were going to occupy hotels, guest houses, and buy food and other stuffs. So we know how inconvenient this might be for our members and the rest of the public. Mm-hmm. So we take full responsibility that we are very sorry that we had to postpone the elections. However, we've done so within the law. We've actually relied on Article 11 of our Memorandum and Articles of Association, which clearly provides that you can actually be in office for 15 months. So it's not just 1 year, it's 15 months. So we wanted to just do this within 1 year and then try and see members can either renew our mandates or withdraw our mandates. So this is also an opportunity for every other person who is contesting to actually now make use of this opportunity to aggressively campaign and go out there, win the votes, win the confidence of our colleagues so that they will vote us in.
Mr. Kamanda, government gives the bar subvention in the tune of 1.5 million new loans. And the treasurer was missing when members wanted to pay. One would think that the subvention itself will be enough for the association to waive off, members paying subscription again and say, look, we've had subvention from government. Just verify your status as a lawyer and go to the bar and vote.
That will be a very cheap shot, and I hope no lawyer will think in that direction, that because let's even forget about subvention. Let's say we are receiving $8 billion from UNDP or any other organization. That's not enough for us to say we are going to actually waive off paying of dues. No. I've told you the primary source of income for the association is the dues we pay. So governments coming in to provide support through subvention should not in any way prevent us from paying. That's like taking away my dignity, because I actually need to show that I am contributing to the growth and development of an association that I've voluntarily joined. But it's not mandatory. Nobody.
But are you saying 1.5 million new loans is not enough to run the bar association?
At all. That's small money, my brother. Besides, we have a huge project at hand. The good thing is the two presidential candidates, Madam Tuma Adamajabi and Madam Martina Igbenda, have both agreed that there is need for us to have our own secretariats. So if you are going to build an ultra-modern secretariat for the Sierra Leone Bar Association, I know very well, 1.5 is not even enough for that. That's small money to build a secretariat. And there are so many other things we need to do to keep the association alive.
Mr. Kamanda, now some lawyers are concerned that this postponement could affect the credibility of the election process. What assurance can you provide that the delay is not intended to benefit any particular candidate or group?
So I am telling you that for me as a person, the postponement has delayed my victory. I was going to win these elections hands down if we had gone to Lunge on the 6th for the elections. But the moment we postponed the elections, a candidate showed up against me. So it means I now have to go and meet the public, the membership of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, win them over. So this should not be something that will actually give any advantage to anyone, like particularly anyone. What I will advise members, every other candidate, use this window of opportunity to now show your strength. Go out there, advocate, win voters, and also ensure you monitor the process. Because we are all interested in a free, fair, and credible elections. Now, how do you get this done? You have to ensure you monitor each and every process. Now you have the opportunity. Now the treasurer will be actually going out to verify with the bank, collate a list, present that to the general secretary. What are you going to do as members? What do you demand from your executive? Because before now, what happens is that the list is published in the hall on the day of voting. Personally, I have an issue with that. I don't know for other members. But that's one thing I actually thought the M&A should try and deal with. Like you have our sister organization, SLAJ, you guys have an established election management body that has been established long before the election itself. You have to vet candidates, whether they are even fit and proper to be executive members of SLAJ. You during this period, if you are part of the election management body, you know I have to play safe, I have to be independent, I don't have to play any role in the electioneering process. But in our case, it's on the day of the elections that we will know who is going to conduct the elections. Does that even create a platform for free, fair, and credible elections? No, it doesn't, in my view.
Mr. Kamanda, those who don't pay don't get to vote. Should elections be put off because of that?
Those who don't pay
don't get to vote. So why put off an election because someone didn't pay or didn't go through the processes of, verification? Why not just go ahead with the elections?
No. That's not the reason. We did not say
Joe not pay. You not get for vote. Simple as that. So why call off an election because you want to let Joe register again?
No. Maybe if you have to go through the release again, there is no window of opportunity for fresh registration.
Okay.
The window of opportunity is provided for the treasurer of the association to now go through.
Was it expressly stated in the letter?
Of course,
in the release that there's no room
You just read that.
No, I want to get it from you. That expressly that there is no room for, say for example, I didn't pay during this week and I want to pay yesterday or today, Tuesday.
It doesn't need to be expressly stated. It's impliedly stated. Now we've stated, if you read the release, it tells you the treasurer will use this opportunity to now actually compile what she has gathered and then now verify with the bank.
So what stops me from paying yesterday or today and come with my slip to the treasurer today to verify?
What stops you is the law. So the association, basically according to the memorandum and articles of association, we have rules, regulations set aside as to the conduct of elections, set aside as to the payment of subscriptions. We cannot leave this open. Like I was saying, even when it comes to paramount chieftaincy elections in my village, the Gazette is published long before the elections itself. We need to know who are qualified. Are you going to say, even down to the day of the elections, people will still pay? Which room are you creating for transparency? Which room are you creating for accountability? So we've already had a cutoff point that from this period to this period, members should have paid their dues. And as I have stated, the year started in January. We are now in June. If you are a member of an association and you actually give it your best, like you are so committed to this organization, you are dedicated, you love it, you want to see it grow, from January to June, my brother, you should have paid your due by now.
Mr. Kamanda, you made reference to the press release. I'd like to take a look at the last paragraph. Further take notice that the treasurer of the Sierra Leone Bar Association will use this period to verify payments and reconcile with the bank for final determination of eligibility in respect of fully paid up members. Nothing expressly stated in this last paragraph precludes me from paying and meeting up with the treasurer for onward verification with the bank. Yes. So are you saying now that I can't pay, and even if I pay, the treasurer can't process my slip because it is not expressly stated, or by implication that I shouldn't pay because the window is closed?
So I told you earlier on that it is not expressly stated, but it is impliedly stated.
That the window for new fresh payment is closed?
It is impliedly stated, just from what you've read. The good thing is the tool of the lawyer is the English language. So firstly, there is a notice preceding this notice, which has actually stated that all registrations, all payments of subscription fees and the fees for the AGM will close at a certain period. If these elections was not postponed, we are now going to Lunge to cast our votes. In this case, now that we have postponed the elections, we want to use this opportunity for the treasurer to now actually verify the slip she has received from members with the bank. So we know clearly that, oh, yes, this person made payments. And also for us to know who are qualified to vote and those who are not qualified to vote. And I've told you, and this should be known to every member of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, that if you want to vote and be voted for, you must be a fully paid up member of the association. So if you are not fully paid up, it only means you are not qualified. It only means you cannot contest for any position. It only means you cannot vote in the said elections because you have not satisfied the primary requirements of being a member of the association. So that's why we cannot even rely on subventions or funds we get from other people. That's one thing that gives you like the right to say, I'm a member, so I pay my dues. You understand?
So, Mr. Kamanda, if the issue was verification of membership payment, why was this exercise not completed before, you know, the election period? I'm asking because the issue raised up by lawyers was the fact that the treasurer was not at the office. And I don't know if there's any...
Right through the window. From January to June, she was not at the office.
No. I'm saying. At the backlog of the end of... You know, lawyers are busy. You yourself might be busy. You know, not every...
not busy.
No, I'm saying not everyone would have the, you know, the opportunity to say, send a clerk, go and process my sleep. I'm just saying, but we expect that because of the sensitivity of the period, that the treasurer should be at the desk, you know, at a certain time. I don't know if there's any release yet, but there is no explanation as to why the treasurer was not at the desk
at
when
which
people...
particular time? Is it a month?
But the complaints are that
a day?
the treasurer was not there.
When?
Has the bar provided a reason why the treasurer was not available?
So now...
Slips were not processed, that we can't deny.
No. So now let me make this clear. This notice for payment of subscription was published in February of this year. Those of us who have the association at heart, who are willing, ready to always provide support to the association, paid the subscription fees a long time ago. Now, I don't have an issue with someone who decides to pay even a day to the elections, because that is one of the challenges we have to face as members because of the very obsolete memorandum and articles of association that we have. You understand? Now, when it comes to the treasurer, she has apologized that on a certain day, she was not at the secretariat. And the key reason is she traveled to McKinney. She's a student, she's an alumnus of UNIMAC. Now, she went for an Awogan program because she's also an old girl of the Annie Walsh Memorial Secondary School. They had a program, I think, on menstrual hygiene or something, and she was a speaker. So on that day, she was not at the secretariat. However, she has been there all this while. And then she came, she apologized, and then continued with the process. So that did not prevent anyone from actually submitting their slips for same to be processed. In fact, right through the postponement of this election, nobody has said, oh, during this period, I was not given the opportunity to process my slip into a receipt. We don't have any complaints like that. So the whole thing is that we all accept there are challenges faced by every other institution. Like you stated clearly, every lawyer is busy, and the treasurer is a lawyer. The treasurer is not just treasurer for the Sierra Leone Bar Association, she's also treasurer for the West African Bar Association. She also runs her own farm, Koba & Co. Keke Chambers. She also has her own private functions. She's also a very influential figure in her Awoga School Association. She's also very influential at Unimac. So we expect her to have a day like this wherein she will not be available. But everything has been done, and now if these people actually say, oh, now you wanted to give somebody an opportunity to campaign and this and that and that and that, so it means you are fully ready to go to Lunge and win the elections if it was conducted on the 6th of June this year.
You spoke of the voter register. Can you guarantee that the voters register will be published before the election date, or it will be as the old normal at the hall?
Sitting here, I cannot guarantee that, because right through the process, since I was called to the bar at every given bar association elections, I don't think I've seen the voters list before the elections. But like I was saying, the best thing to be done, like the best practice, should be get the voters list ahead of time so that I can actually walk to the board. Oh, my name is not on this list. I have the opportunity to challenge that with the executive, to challenge that in court if I want to. You understand? Because this is what happens across all elections I know in this country. I've been involved in election petitions from paramount chieftaincy, MPs, councillors and things like that. I know the voters list should be published long before time. But how are you going to publish a voters list when people still want to pay at this hour? People want to pay even on the day of the election. How are you going to publish that voters list? So firstly, we have to be honest to ourselves. We have to be prepared for change. We have to be ready for transparent elections. We have to be ready for accountability, to be held accountable at all times. And truly, 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 I am so happy that we are going into an election wherein every qualified person is given the opportunity to vote in those elections to choose our next leaders. I am not actually like saying paupa. For example, in my case, I should be re-elected as public relations officer. If the people think I've not done better, or they think some other person can do this better than I have done, then it's up to them. But if they still see the need to have me as the mouthpiece of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, then so be it.
Speaking on re-election, you're seeking another term as the public relations officer of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. Why should members re-elect you? I'm asking because I want to know what specific achievements you can point to during your tenure, to justify another mandate.
So we've done so much, and the thing is, when it comes to this executive, you cannot just single out one person and say this is the single achievement I achieved during this period. So it has to be the team generally. So of course, being the public relations officer, I honored almost every invitation from media houses to play a key role in educating the public on activities of the bar, and also educating the public on something that actually was so difficult to talk about, even for me, which was the Kenima elections, because those were very unfortunate, and the events in Kenima was very unfortunate. So there were times it was quite a burden for me to come to the studio and talk to members of the public about what happened and things like that, what we need to do. But I had to give myself the time to honor those invitations. And of course, we organized a training program for lawyers on the new Criminal Procedure Act. Yes, that was done with the help of every other member, but being the public relations officer, I played a key role in that. Then we also established a private pension scheme with NACIT, because you know most of our members are actually in private practice. And since we are in private practice, we are not in any way mandated by law to pay the social security that is needed to actually keep you going if something happens to you. Yes, like you, I know AYV pays for you. Yeah. So for me, since I'm running a private farm, nobody's gonna pay for me because it's bolambola and things like that. So we actually try to see that we establish this private pension scheme for lawyers, so that if I wake up today and something happens to me, my daughter Kamanda will be provided for by the state through the social security that I have worked for over time. So that's also very key. And we also try to secure a land, and we also lobbied with government so that we can have subvention like sludge. And that's why you are now mentioning 1.5 million. And we even want more, because we need to do some big things. Like I told you, we are working as a team. Even if I'm not part of the next executive that will be coming in, but as a member of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, I'm going to be there to push for us to have the secretariat up and running. And if I'm a member elected by the general membership of the bar, which I strongly believe they will give me another term to run this office, then we are going to also push to have the secretariat up and running. Then we've also organized dinners, 2 separate dinners for members of the bar, which is a traditional program. And we also organize a football gala for professionals, wherein the Sierra Leone Bar Association ended up as winners convincingly. Then we also had a program at the beach, a beach fiesta, that was well organized. And we've also been working with governments to see that the services in the courtroom are improved, even though there are still very many challenges. But I think since our intervention, some major reforms have come across.
Mr. Kamanda, critics argue that communication from the Bar Association under your tenureship has sometimes been reactive rather than proactive. Do you accept that criticism?
No, I will not. I've actually tried my very best to provide the most needed information for our members. So what we all know is that we now live in a digital age. So there are times the information that I will have to run across to members on AYV, before I wake up in the morning to run to AYV, that information is already available to each and every member of Sierra Leone and even the general public. Because we have Truth Social now, the social media. It happens now, they report now. So that's proactive for people. But there are times you actually need the traditional media houses to come and disseminate the information to the people. I've done my best. Of course, I cannot be 100% perfect, but within this period, I am very sure I served my people well.
As we round off, how do you respond to those who say that the Bar Association has become too focused on internal politics and not enough on defending the rule of law and lawyers' welfare?
I might agree, because I think one of my major regrets in this office was using most of my time to actually be on radio and television with colleagues from the other end, discussing about what happened in Kenema, when I actually would have used that time, for example, to educate members of the public on the laws of Sierra Leone. Like, I actually had plans of having the SLBA hour, wherein we educate members of the public on laws like, for example, bail and tenancy, these basic issues that actually affect almost every other household in Sierra Leone. But for most of the time, if I had to come to radio or television, these disgruntled people are here and you need to be here. The other lawyers who were not happy with the decision in Kenema are here. So it was taxing, it was burdensome, but I think we'll soon cross the line and things will be better.
If re-elected, what measurable target would you commit to achieving, within your tenure?
So I still believe in inclusive leadership. I believe in having each and every member on board so that we can work as a team. I believe we have to put the interest of the association first, the interest of the country first, over our cleavages, like our petty issues, people who are tied to political parties. We should grow above that and think about defending the Constitution, propagating issues of the rule of law, human rights protection, and these issues. So me, I believe we have to work as a team. We have to ensure we are under one umbrella. We have to ensure people who are not tied, who have no connections with government directly, like you are actively working for government and you still want to serve in the executive of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. When push comes to shove, who are you going to be with? On whose side are you going to be? If you're answerable to the government, to the president, to the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. And then we have a very thorny issue touching on government. How are you going to respond to that? Who are you going to serve? So I think we have to allow people who are not committed, who are not tied to any government appointment, to take up the role of leadership within the bar and confront the real issues that are facing the ordinary Sierra Leoneans. Real issues on constitutional law, real issues on the rule of law, real issues on human rights. How do we actually educate the people on their rights so that they can claim them? These are the things I think we have to concentrate on. These are the things we have to put more premium on instead of these internal rivalries, internal party politics, internal politics of campism, because we all belong to different camps now, teams. So let's put aside that and then work in the interest of the bar. And in most cases, when you're working in the interest of the Bar Association, you're actually working in the interest of Sierra Leone, because you are serving the people, you are serving the nation. And I'm here again to work for the people of this country in a very objective manner, in a manner that shows that I'm independent and I'm willing and ready to hold government to account. I'm willing and ready to engage constructively with governments for the development of the laws of this country, our jurisprudence, and to ensure that services are being provided, especially where we operate, which is the courtroom. So I'm up and ready to serve.
All right, continue with us, Alfred Kamanda. Over to you, Dr. Tunya Musa. Has independent Sierra Leone strengthened or weakened Fourah Bay College compared to Fourah Bay College in the colonial era?
Well, I may choose strengthening, given the fact that our aspirations as a nation for independence was to ensure that we control our own destiny, and part of it is higher education. So I may say we have had expanded programs, and then we have increased our scholarship, and then we have also evolved over the years in terms of our governance structure. 1967, we moved from Durham, and then it became a university awarding its own degrees, the University of Sierra Leone, instead of the Durham University, the Durham degrees that were offered to people who attended Fourah Bay College until 1967 to 1960. You know, from 1961 on to 67, you mentioned after independence, but then 1967 going downwards, 1972, you know, we merged with Jala University, then University College, and then 2005, we have a new arrangement wherein we have IPAM, College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences coming together with Fourah Bay College to make the new University of Sierra Leone, Jala now as a university on its own. And then with the Universities Act 2021, we continue with the same arrangement. So I think we have had professors, you know, because before 1961, few Sierra Leoneans, you know, had the opportunity to even serve as principals. But now, be rest assured that until the time Fourah Bay College ended having principal, you know, based on the 2005 Act, the last acting principal was Professor Redwood Sawyer, a Sierra Leonean. And then since then, we now have what they call deputy vice chancellors, and they are all Sierra Leoneans. So meaning the leadership of Fourah Bay College, largely after independence, had been Sierra Leoneans, after people like Davis Iniku. And then we have had several programs, you know. Now we are offering engineering, we are offering communication, we are offering postgraduate program in law and the like. So, and then humanities, we have new programs, you know, including Chinese. Bear in mind that we now offer a degree in Chinese, you know, and Arabic as well. So I will tell you that much improvements have been made when we exist as a university after independence. That notwithstanding, our aspirations are there for reforms, repositioning, expansion, and growth of Fourah Bay College.
So Doc, when we look at the status now, who bears the greatest responsibility for FBC's current state? Is it the government? Is it university management? Is it faculty, students, alumni, or society at large?
It will be good for us not to cast blame at this moment, but to mobilize people. Now, let's take, for example, the situation of the alumni. You left them out. The situation is that they are supposed to actually turn and pay back. You and I are aware of the fact that when you hear about Oba, you hear about Koba, you hear about old students of Albert Academy, Prince of Wales, and the like, FSSG, and convents. Everybody was out there supporting their alma mater. Come back to Fourah Bay College. We are still mobilizing people. But one thing that has come out clearly is that people are saying we were not treated fairly, whilst we were students at Fourah Bay College.
I agree.
And that being the case, we are appealing to them, you know, urging them to come on board. Our Vice Chancellor has apologized, you know, at the time of congregation, conferment of degrees, that you might not have been treated well. You may have, or you might have paid your, you know, ICT fees and other fees, and then there was no utility for it.
The college
yes, that notwithstanding, we are appealing to everybody to come on board, support Fourah Bay College, that is all we have, and then ensure that we reposition Fourah Bay College collectively. So we are aware of that challenge. So this is why I told you that we don't want to actually cast blames on anyone. We want to ensure that we mobilize everybody to come on board, be it government, development partners, Fourabites, even our students now, because some are students for for the next 3 months, after which they are going to be alumni. So we expect everybody to come on board and support Fourah Bay College.
Doc, in one sentence, what is the biggest truth about Fourah Bay College that Sierra Leoneans are refusing to confront?
Well, supporting Fourah Bay College, you understand, Sierra Leoneans think that most of them is public university, so I should not pay fees. And I should not even pay fees commensurate to the quality of education that we are expecting Fourah Bay College to provide. Let's say, for example, there is any attempt to increase fees by 20%. We will get serious reaction. But then the private entities go to Unimac, Lincoln Queen, and the other universities that might not be even providing, education in terms of quality and standard to what Fourah Bay College provides. People are comfortable to pay their fees. But when it comes to Fourah Bay College, there is a mindset that I should not pay. And even to our students, when they can afford, those that may afford, they may afford and choose to use it otherwise because of the notion that this is not government or this is not public university. So I'm not there for pay fees. So that mindset is actually contributing, and few weeks ago, I was here talking about damages, at the hostels, which emanated from rivalry among students. That mindset alone can tell you that there is problem somewhere. If we are saying that we are actually struggling with the few or little we have, and there's students who are benefiting already from what exists, they decide to damage what they have. It's a matter of, consideration to see how best we can speak to the mindset of Sierra Leoneans to actually take ownership of the college or the university, and then collectively we may protect the property and facilities of Fourah Bay College.
Right, thank you very much, Dr. Tunya Musa. We have Ransford McLean, who's all set to give us the latest in sports update. Good morning, Ransford McLean.
Good morning, Bokhari Matia. Thank you very much for having me on sport this morning. Of course, we'll go for our first story that has to do with the Sierra Leone Football Association has unveiled 27-man squad for two-legged friendly series against Liberia, with nearly has been appointed by the John Keister, who is the head coach for the national team. That's Leone Star. The fixture as will serve as dress rehearsal, according to him, and for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, as the search for a substantive head coach for the position. The press conference was held yesterday at the Football Association Secretariat in Freetown. Let's get that report. I will be back.
You were talking about the squad for the two-leg clash against the Lone Star of Liberia, slated to happen here in Bow.
Sonny, can I go see some business partners?
You didn't give me memory, Michael.
Yes, according to the Football Association, the friendlies will serve as preparation for Leone Stars for the AFCON qualifiers. Sierra Leone, has been drawn in a group where to face, tougher opponents, DR Congo, and few other nations to ensure that the team qualify for the Nations Cup. So the press conference yesterday.
Apologies, Answer. We're still having problem with let's take a quick commercial break.
Sonny, can I go see some business partners?
You didn't give me memory, Michael. Can if I can say you give me this camp people in what's in that day? Today you pay me money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back me money. Today you give me money.
You know ever sabi goodness na life. I send back your money, but trust me today na the very last day I ever send money for now.
I don't need your help because I don't know so with Afri money. I able send money now Boku Africa countries them with Afri money. we'll be able to send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party know this, we not follow the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. I mean, now una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able to send money, even if you not use app, even if you not the online, directly. All you need for do, you just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri Money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri Money, quick and easy.
You're watching AYV Television.
Sorry, car, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me memory, Michael. Can if I can say you give me this people and not to in day. Today you pay me money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back me money. Today you give me money.
You know ever sabi goodness in life. I send back your money, but trust me, today na the very last day I ever send money for now.
I don't need your help because I don't know so with Afri money. I dey able send money. Now Baku Africa countries them with Afri money. We'll be able to send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party know this, we not follow the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. I mean, now una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able send money, even if you not use app, even if you not the online, directly. All you need for do, you just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri Money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri Money, quick and easy.
Are you thinking where to buy the best oil for your vehicle or machine? Shalimar Trading is your answer. You can save your money right now. Arzol engine oil, gear oil, hydraulic oil, transmission oil, grease for petrol and diesel tractors and machines. Arzol Oil and Lubricants, the best oil in the world. Arzol increases your mileage. Arzol ProBus is an anti-aging formula, good to boost your engine's life and reduces maintenance costs. With Arzol Oil, your engine is assured of never aging. Arzol Oil and Lubricants, your machines are ready to give you that required speed. Arzol is here to reduce your maintenance costs. No breakdown of machinery. Using active nanotechnology, the Arzol gel cools and protects your car's engine. Improve your performance. Arzol, your expert's choice. If you're thinking safety and durability, then you need not worry anymore. At Shalimar Trading, we keep your vehicle and machines alive, roadworthy, and profit maximization. For retail and wholesale, contact Shalimar Trading.
The All Walks of Life Award presents their 11th prestigious award and fundraising dinner happening on 6th June 2026 at the prestigious Royal Regency for £70. For tickets and further details, please contact 079 400 05295 or 078 285 57657 or 079-037-60379. The AWOL prestigious award and fundraising dinner is always more than just an event. It's a memorable night of entertainment, networking, and celebration of excellence on merit. Sort out your wardrobe now and prepare to come looking all glammed up. The AWOL 11th Annual Prestigious Award and Fundraising Dinner. See you there.